Good evening and welcome to NEWSBREAK Live. I'm Hiba Sama. Thanks for joining us. Los Angeles police are currently investigating a traffic collision on the border of City of Torrance. Northbound Western Avenue is closed from San Francisco Street to 195th Street. Officials say to avoid the area until further notice. Now, this is a Los Angeles Police Department case since it is on the border of the City of Torrance proper. In memory of George H.W. Bush, flags are being flown at half-staff. From the front of City Hall in Torrance to the flags at the White House and all public buildings and grounds, flags will remain at half-staff for 30 days. President Donald Trump also asked for representatives of the United States in foreign countries to display flags at half-staff. George Herbert Walker Bush, the 41st President of the United States, died on November 30th. President Trump announced his passing with highlights of his life, including his participation in the Second World War, making him the youngest aviator in the United States naval history at that time. Bush flew 58 combat missions. He also served as a member of Congress and even an ambassador to the United Nations. George H.W. Bush now lies in state at the United States Capitol for 3 days. Then there will be a funeral at the Washington National Cathedral, and eventually he will be laid to rest at the George Bush President's Library and Museum in Texas. Tomorrow is a national day of mourning. The United States Postal Service will suspend regular mail delivery and retail service. Also, all post office locations will be closed. The City of Torrance is looking for volunteers to sign up for an opportunity that will help combat the homeless population. For another year, the City of Torrance is participating in the annual Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count, with Torrance participating on January 23rd. In 2018, the Torrance City Council approved the Social Services Commission to opt in as a deployment site. In partnership with Torrance Police Department, South Bay Coalition to End Homelessness, and Family Promise of the South Bay, volunteers will be trained. They're expected to count all census tracts in Torrance. It is one of the ways staff can see the type of homelessness affecting the city and overall region. Then once results come back, City knows what kind of resources they need to assist the population. Nearly 8,000 volunteers are needed countywide to cover each census tract. The 2018 homeless count results show that nearly 188 people in the city are facing homelessness. More specifically, people living in cars since 2017 has increased. To sign up to volunteer at the Torrance deployment site, go to theycountwillyou.org/Torrance_count. The City of Torrance is looking for the community to voice their opinions on a park improvement project. This Thursday and Saturday, the Community Services Department is hosting 2 meetings at El Nido Park to discuss proposed improvements to the playground equipment. Staff plans to present a design of the proposed improvements and will be requesting feedback from the residents about the design. El Nido Park is next in line to get upgrades as part of the city's project to modernize local parks. The meeting this Thursday starts at 4 p.m. and the Saturday meeting is at 10 a.m. El Nido Park is located at 18301 Kingsdale Avenue. As you hit the road this weekend, you'll want to reroute your drive due to some road closures. BNSF Railway Company is reconstructing the railroad crossing at Carson Street and Madrid Avenue from 4 a.m. this Saturday through 5 a.m. Monday. The city will completely close down Carson Street and Madrid Avenue to both east and westbound traffic. Motorists traveling along west side Carson Street will have to detour north on Western Avenue to westbound Torrance Boulevard to southbound Crenshaw Boulevard until they arrive again at Carson Street. For people traveling along eastbound Carson Street, detour signs will be posted. Staff says delays are expected and you should use the alternate routes. Assemblyman Al Muratsuchi announced today he is reintroducing a piece of legislation that will bring more funding to the educational system right here in California. Making it the top 10 in the nation in per pupil spending, the bill proposes a funding target under California's local control funding formula. This would increase the state's K-12 funding by $35 billion over an unspecified number of years. This will make sure that all school districts will have quote, full and fair funding to cover increasing fixed costs and improve education, end quote. Muratsuchi says this step will allow for smaller classroom sizes, hire good teachers, and necessary resources. The bill proposes a 60% increase to the 2018-2019 cost of local control funding formula. El Camino College journalism students are recognized on the national level. It was announced today that they recently won multiple awards in the regional and national competitions. El Camino College's student newspaper, The Union, won second place in the Newspaper of the Year competition against two-year college publications from across the country. They also had honorable mentions for Best Editorial Cartoon for work by Jose Tobar and Best Newspaper Opinion Page Spread for a page designed by Faith Petrie. But that's not all. The Union also won nearly 20 awards at the Journalism Association of Community Colleges competition for Southern California, including a General Excellence designation for the Union newspaper's website. The newspaper is entirely run and produced only by journalism students. Congratulations. To check out their content, go to eccunion.com. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce is giving back to one organization that supports the homeless youth. Yesterday, you may have seen chamber staff dressed as holiday stocking in downtown Torrance. They visited 9 businesses in an effort to raise awareness about their sock drive that will support their chosen nonprofit organization for its annual holiday mixer. This year, the chamber teamed up with A Safe Place for Youth, a nonprofit organization that serves the homeless population throughout Los Angeles County. To give back, they asked all members, employees of member organizations, to bring at least one pair of new socks to Scott Robinson Honda for the Chamber's holiday mixer admission. This is a one-way A Safe Place for Youth provides immediate assistance to the homeless youth with clean socks. The organization says warm, dry feet, especially during the winter months, are a welcome gift that can mean the difference between health and sickness. Now, if you're not planning to attend the event this week, you can drop off sock donations directly to the Chamber's office before this Thursday. Yesterday, 100 pairs of socks were donated, and Chamber hopes to collect more than 500 pairs by the end of the holiday mixer. Now, shopping at a local store, the Del Amo Fashion Center, could also help bring the magic of the holidays to someone in need. Now, through December 15th, every new unwrapped toy donated at a Disney store or on their website will be donated to Toys for Tots, while the company will also donate $5 to Toys for Tots for up to $1 million for each present. Now, Toys for Tots is a program run by the United States Marine Corps Reserve, which distributes toys to children whose parents can't afford to buy gifts for them. And speaking of the holidays, a one-of-a-kind neighborhood in Torrance is bringing the cheer of the season to people from around the world in a special way. Sleepy Hollow, also known as Candy Cane Lane, is underway right now, bringing a holiday lights extravaganza to hundreds. Every Christmas season, residents in the neighborhood dress up their homes with spectacular decorations and lights. Some tips on how to enjoy the light show without disturbing residents is to come early and leave early. Be mindful of the elderly and children sleeping when you visit. There are no public restrooms, and make sure to dispose of trash properly. And if you're driving through the area, follow all traffic laws. This year, for the first time, signs of do's and don'ts will be installed. Officials are directing people to park along Pacific Coast Highway and walk the blocks of the neighborhood. Entrances are on Roberts Road off Pacific Coast Highway and Palos Verdes Boulevard and Linda Drive. Sleepy Hollow is open from 6 to 10 p.m. through January 1st. Now, don't forget to tune into NEWSBREAK Live on Christmas Day to hear from the Holiday Light Committee that will share more details on how this attraction all started. Now let's get to the weather. Today was a sunny day with a high of 69 degrees and an expected low of 53 degrees. Then tomorrow you'll want to bring your umbrellas out because there is expected rain with a high of 60 degrees. Then on Thursday, the rain will continue, but it'll warm up with a high of 64 degrees. The city's holiday pantry is still accepting donations. The drive will assist families for the holiday season. Collection for Christmas distribution is next Monday at 9 a.m. You can donate perishable goods the morning of the pickup. The tree is located at the main lobby of the West Annex at Torrance City Hall. The Torrance Salvation Army will pick up donations, and it'll be taken to the Stillman Sawyer Family Service Center in Harbor City, where the Salvation Army Torrance Corps Food Pantry is located. For people with a sweet tooth, today is a special day that will make it brighter. December 4th is National Cookie Day, which is the perfect excuse to maybe eat more sweets, and businesses are offering deals. Barnes & Noble is offering buy one, get one free cookies with any purchase today, along with the bookstore kicking off its My Cookie Story contest. You can get a warm, chewy Pizookie dessert for $3 at BJ's. DoubleTree, known for its warm cookies, announced it'll be giving guests and non-guests a free cookie. Don't forget, you can stop by Torrance Bakery and Good Cookies and Beyond, to name a few, to support your local businesses. If you're purchasing beef for the holidays, be cautious. Today, federal officials announced another beef recall, including 12 million pounds of beef due to salmonella concerns. The nation's largest beef processor, JBS Tolleson Beef, was shipped to retail stores and institutions across the country. The recall doesn't specify which states people fell ill, but there is a case updated as of November 15th in California. The 12 million pounds of raw beef products include ground beef, were produced between July 26th and September 7th by JBS USA. Nationwide, nearly 250 people have fallen sick, including 66 in California. The concern is the risk of contamination with Salmonella Newport, a strain of bacteria that is a common cause of food poisoning. Officials say these products should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. And here are some upcoming events happening this week that you'll want to mark on your calendar. Tonight from 7 to 10 p.m. you can watch Michelle Bork and Bork music presentation of Winter Wonderland in the James Armstrong Theater. Tickets are $15 and you can purchase them at the box office. It will celebrate the holiday tunes and themes from movies and TV. This Thursday you can participate in Del Amo Fashion Center's first ever donut menorah lighting at the outdoor village from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. There'll be entertainment, sizzling latkes, decorating donuts, face painting, and live music. The event is free. Then this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., you can recycle a used oil filter and get a new one for free at the AutoZone on Hawthorne Boulevard. It's open to Torrance residents only, and they're able to receive up to 2 new filters in exchange for 2 used filters. Now, in just 2 minutes, a very special program put on by the Salvation Army that makes the holidays brighter for those in need is underway. Captain Justin Docherty from Torrance will talk all about it. We'll be back in just a few.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it, get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the second half of NEWSBREAK Live, and joining me tonight is Captain Justin Docherty from the Torrance Salvation Army. How are you tonight?
I am so blessed and happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for being here. The holidays are a very special time for your organization because it's all about giving back, which the organization Salvation Army does throughout the year, but which is the core mission. But one of the special programs hosted during this time, is the Angel Tree.
That's right.
So talk to me about that. There's an angel tree located at the Delamo Fashion Center and at the Olive Garden on the Boulevard.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, every year the Salvation Army has the privilege of collecting toys for children from low-income families. And the way in which we do that is we have our angel trees both at the Delamo Fashion Center and the Olive Garden all this week up until this Saturday, December the 8th, from 10 till 6. And what members of the community can do is they can jump head first into the Christmas and compassionate spirit by collecting a tag, a personalized tag who has a name of a child upon it, and it's a real name, real family, real need, and you can buy a real gift for that child, and they've picked out themselves the gift that they would like to receive. And so you just collect a tag from between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and you can find the angel tree at the Delamo Fashion Center in between JCPenney's and the Burlington store. And just grab a tag and then select the gift that's on the tag, and we would say make it fun. Take your children, your grandchildren, take some somebody from the community and do it together and go and pick that out personally, and just, you know, when you do that, just imagine the face on the child that will be opening that on Christmas morning. Absolute joy, and you get to experience some of that joy by participating in that program.
I think the great part about this program that it gives back to people right here in the South Bay community, and the tags are actually gifts that these children or family members want, right? They request these presents.
Absolutely. So every tag has the name of a specific child. That's their real name. The gift on the tag is something that they desire. And so every single gift you buy will go to that child, go to that family, and will meet that need. And I can't think of a better way of just really jumping into the Christmas spirit and just giving back to those in need within the community.
The tree did go up this past Monday, just yesterday, and it'll be up throughout December 8th. So not much time to give back, but they can definitely do it now. Talk to me about how many families the Angel Tree program is helping right here in the community.
It's absolutely amazing. So we are serving 522 families. That's around about 1,400 children from the Torrance and South Bay communities that we're making a difference, or you're making a difference through the Salvation Army and through this specific program. And so if you can imagine, that's 1,400 big bright smiles on Christmas morning. So you know, so we do have this week till Saturday to collect a tag, angel tree tag, from the Delamo Fashion Center, but you can grab one at the Olive Garden all the way up until the 15th of December, and you'll find one at that Olive Garden here in Torrance.
With many of the programs that the Salvation Army hosts, there's always a history and a great mission behind it. So how did this program come about? Yeah,
well, it actually came about in 1979 here in America, when an officer couple in Virginia, they just had this phenomenal idea, and they just set up a Christmas tree outside of the mall in Virginia, and they put tags on it. And it's actually really similar, the way it is now, to what it started back in 1979, and it's been going strong ever since. And it's one of our biggest programs each year, and we serve or the communities in which those angel trees are give millions and millions of toys every year to children who otherwise wouldn't have that help.
This is one program of many that are underway right now with the Salvation Army, but there is a very special luncheon that's coming up. Sharing is caring. It's something that Torrance City Cable covers every year. Now, talk to me about how the Salvation Army gives back during that day.
Well, I'm really excited about the Sharing is Caring luncheon, which is taking place on Thursday, December the 20th at the Marriott Hotel here in Torrance. I'm excited because I love food, and so anytime you talk to me about food, I'm going to get really passionate about it. And so the Sharing is Caring luncheon at the Marriott Hotel, which is sponsored by American Honda, the doors will open at 11:30. They'll close at 12:30. And the lunch will go until 2 p.m. And so this year is a little bit different because we're going to be having games and entertainment there. We're going to have Santa, so if you bring your family, the children get their pictures taken with Santa, and there will be a gift. But we're really looking to serve the families and the children, so we really invite all families from this area to attend and just have a great time. It's going to be a delicious meal. And I'm really excited about it.
Who can attend, or is there a certain criteria, or can people just show up that day and they'll be served?
Well, we're really looking to serve families this year. So if you're able to bring your children, I know some school districts are out that week, so they'll be able to attend. So if you're able to bring kids, and fantastic, but whoever shows up is definitely welcome, and you'll receive a meal.
And for viewers tuning in, we're talking about the annual Sharing is Caring lunch, which will take place Thursday, December 20th. Doors open at 11:30, and it'll be underway for a few hours, so it's definitely an event to check out, and I'll have the information online. Now, I'm going to switch gears to another great campaign. I don't know how you guys all keep up with so many wonderful campaigns that give back to the community. The Red Kettle campaign.
It's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. So Christmas is here when you walk to the store and you hear the jingling of the bells, and it's just it's the sound of Christmas for many people. And so every year the Salvation Army, from just after Thanksgiving all the way up until Christmas Eve, collects much needed financial support to serve our least able and those who are least able to provide for themselves within this community. And so this year we have a goal of $120,000 that we're seeking to raise. We've had some difficulties and challenges so far, so we're really looking for as much support as we can to meet that goal. So we're looking for as many volunteers as possible. And I love volunteering. Every year I take my children out. I have 2 children, and the cuter they are, the more money they raise. And so I love to take my children out, and I love to have competitions with other families. And so this year I actually have a competition with the local fire chief, and I'm going to prove to him that my children are cuter than his children, and we can determine that by how much money they raise. And so if you are able to, it's so much fun. You get to ring a bell, enjoy the Christmas spirit, and know that for every dollar donated, 83.4 cents of that goes directly to those who need it. So you're really making a big difference when you ring a bell and volunteer for the Salvation Army.
And this could be any sort of donation, just drop it into the Red Kettle. Now, tell me, you just mentioned you're still looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
How do the shifts work so we can encourage more people to come out and help?
Yeah, well, you can sign up. All you need to do is you can connect with us. You can find our information on Facebook. Just type in to the search bar Torrance Salvation Army, and you'll find us on Facebook, or you can look at our website, which is torrancecore.org, and you can find our information. Contact the office and sign up for a shift. You can sign up from anywhere between 2 and 8 hours, and we'll plug you in. You can get your group to do it. You can have a competition between your house and a neighbor's house. You can join up with them. And if you do it and you say you saw Captain Justin on the TV, I will personally stop by the kettle and buy you a hot cocoa.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing.
It does.
Competitions, some hot cocoa, maybe free food?
No, not.
Okay. Now, you were speaking about where the money goes towards. Now, I want to make a mention at the Red Kettle campaign ribbon cutting that we recently attended. The money goes towards the programs that the Torrance Salvation Army actually supports and fundraises for, right?
Absolutely. So if you imagine 83.4 cents of every dollar donated goes directly to those who need it most within the community. And so the Salvation Army, we're not just here at Christmas. Every single day of every month, we're here providing for those in the community that need it most. And so one of the things which we're passionate about here is homelessness prevention. Growing up as a child, I was homeless a number of times with my family. Lived in shelters, in squats and in different places. And it was really, really difficult as a child, traumatic, being homeless. And so what the Salvation Army does here in Torrance is we actually provide funds to prevent families from becoming homeless. We're stopping children from sleeping in their cars, keeping them housed, keeping that cycle of stability going. And so families can overcome those hurdles that they're experiencing. And so some families, sometimes they have to choose between paying their medical bill or paying the rent, or keeping the lights on, or keeping their children in a nice warm bed. I mean, what we want to do is we want to eliminate those difficult choices. And we want to be there. We want to be an extension of your compassion, your love, and we want to be there in those moments when we're needed most. And we're able to do that. And we do that every year. We provide hundreds of nights of shelter for families in their own homes so they don't have to experience those difficulties. We provide meals to low-income seniors within the community who would go hungry when they don't have to make that choice between providing for themselves a hot meal or keeping the lights on. We've already made that decision. You don't need to forego either. And so we're able to do that because of your support. So becoming part of somebody's story that you have never met is a profound thing. And it really takes an act of faith to believe that ringing a bell makes a difference. But I promise you, it really makes a difference. And I know the difference it makes because at the age of 18, I was homeless myself. I ended up in a Salvation Army shelter back in London. And there my life was utterly and completely changed because of the help of the Salvation Army. And here, these years later, I'm here, a part of somebody else's compassion. And so we're here just to tell the story that it all helps, it all makes a difference. And we really appreciate everybody's help and your help and support in promoting the programs and services of the Salvation Army.
And we definitely appreciate all the programs and everything the Salvation Army does. Thank you for sharing your story. And I do want to make a mention before I let you go that, as you mentioned, the Salvation Army is always accepting donations of all sorts. And they can get all the information if they head to torrancecorps.org. And they can also stop by the Stillman Sawyer Center. And they can find all the details on your website as well. Captain, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. If you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. Also, if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it on Torrance City Cable's YouTube page. Have a great night.